Hey, what's happening? It's Bill Smith. Pay attention to what I'm about to tell you. We are going to have to move the conversation forward. So if you go join other conversations, this is where you should direct it. It's time that we start talking about stuff that we want to talk about. And I like talking about Israel. That's what I like talking about. I like talking about Israel to Christian Zionists. That's what I like doing. And that's what I will be doing going forward. I'm going to talk to Christian Zionists specifically because they're Christian, man. You should be reading the New Testament. I don't know why why are you living in the Old Testament if you're a Christian Zionist? Why are you living there? Jesus Christ is only found in the New Testament. You call yourself a Christian. Stop trying to play for two teams. You can't do it. I'm telling you. You got to play for one. You got to pick one team. You can either follow Jesus or you can follow the Talmud. Those are your two options. And if you're a Christian Zionist, I know that you don't even know what the Talmud is. You think that everybody's going to be nice to you because you're nice to them. I'm telling you, it's not the truth. Okay, so QAnon post. Here we go. Let me type in Israel. You'll see that it was mentioned never. Never. The only time it was mentioned back in November is because it was on the list of some banks. See, Israel uses the Bank of Israel to the use. That's in November, right? No big deal. It doesn't pop up again until March. Saving the best for last. Now, I did a video about this before because I said maybe P was Pence, maybe P was Pope, maybe P was Pendar. I did all three, just so we'd have a conversation about it. Go check my channel. And then I took down the P for Pence video because later it came out in the Q post that P was Pope. So they did confirm it. Up until then, we just had to guess, right? They didn't confirm it. So once I saw that, I was like, I better take that Pence video down. I don't want to mislead people because it was improper proof or whatever. But here's what I learned. I learned that the conversation is relevant still. People are still going to have questions. People still want to know about Pence. I talk about a lot more stuff in that video. So you can hate me for not sticking to exactly what these QAnon posts say, but these QAnon posts, they don't say everything. It's designed to focus us into a conversation. So I'm leaving my videos up from now on. I don't care if they're wrong. If they're wrong, go check the top pinned tweet or the top pinned comment. So if you ever have a question about something I've put out, video I've put out, go check the pinned comment because I will always clarify it there. I try to do the same thing with the I the Spy videos. Okay, so let me point something out. The I the Spy thing, we all know how it happened at this point. Bill Smith is the one that destroyed them. Bill Smith destroyed them 2.5 weeks ago. Me, I did that. I did it with hard work and dedication and being in the right place at the right time. And now what you're seeing is since that account's already been destroyed, okay, that account's been burnt. You understand that? It's been burnt. Nobody believes in I the Spy or Cheshire Cat or Trustful Alice or Eiffel Pyramid or whatever you want to call them. It's a fake account. All right, it's not real actionable intel. If it's not on the Q board, it's not real Q. It doesn't really matter. So that's the lesson that I've learned, right? I've learned that lesson myself because I'm the one that put, my name out there in the public attached to some ideas. And then I found out I'm not right. I wasn't right. It didn't happen. It's because I did not confirm my information. And then what I saw other people do was I was like, man, wait for it. I was waiting for it. I almost want to back up and start this video over. I was waiting for it. I knew it was going to be the Cicada stuff. I knew it. I was waiting for it to show up, and then, bam, I caught it, right? And you would say, well, that's just a coincidence, except for here. I'll give you the list of stuff that I've done. This is my track record. This is the first person that I ejected from the Q conversation. I did this back in February. And if you don't believe me, understand that this conversation was all about the Internet Bill of Rights. I want the Internet Bill of Rights because once we get that thing, okay, I figure all the online conversations would take care of themselves. At least we'll be fighting inside of conservatism at that point, and then we can figure out, really where the truth is, right? But yeah, once I outed her as not supporting the Internet Bill of Rights, an indefensible position in our movement, it's indefensible not to support the Internet Bill of Rights, and she wouldn't support it, so she had to leave. It's still my pinned my pinned tweet if you want to go look at it. And look, I said that about her, right? This is the tweet that I caught her with. Okay, you can come over here. If you're not blocked, you can go read the tweet. Okay, it just says it straight up, man. She's just open about it, right? Here, look, see the date. It's the 14th of February, 2018, right? And then I did 2 or 3 videos about it, and then everybody had to smoke themselves out in the open. And then on March 4th, which was about 2.5 weeks later, this is what we got. Reread the drops about the Internet Bill of Rights. Why do so-called patriots challenge this? You better be careful who you follow. Now, this is the very first one. Do-do-do-do! I'm just going to toot my horn here. This is the very first time we see careful who you follow. And this is where it comes from. That's where it came from. 100%. Prove me wrong. You tell me I'm wrong about that. This is where it came from. No one knew that Tracy Beanz didn't support the Internet Bill of Rights until Real Bill Smith caught her on Twitter. It's still my pin tweet. Check it out. I'll never unpin it because she'll never go away. I'm telling you, she'll sit in the background until this whole thing blows over. Now, 4 months later, she's going to try to get back involved in what we're up to. So don't forget this. Don't forget what she said, when she said it, and why we started getting these Q messages of careful who you follow. Okay, let me just move on. There were a couple more about those, and then we got past that. Now we're in the territory. Bill, don't say mean things about people. Don't tell the truth, Bill. If you see something, Bill, just keep it to yourself. Don't say it. You're messing up trusted authorities. Okay, fine. Let's go back to the Hall of Fame here. Okay, so Tracy Beanz blocked me because I smoked her out in the open. Now she can't be a part of the conversation. She won't even cover Q anymore. Next. Then there was Jerome Corsi. You can go check my work. There's a video of about 9,000 views, and I'm not the only one who said this. Okay, this is all about Henry Kissinger, and this is all about InfoWars sending Jerome Corsi into our little club here to take over, right? Seething Frog called him out on it. So if you like someone like Jerome Corsi, their worldview, their take on, old school politics, go watch Seething Frog. Okay, he's just way better. He'll tell you exactly what you need to know. He won't slow walk it. He won't waste your time. All right? Go watch Seething Frog. Okay? He's got good stuff. And if you like Corsi's take on the world, you will like Seething Frog much, much more. Isaac Green has blocked me on Twitter. Now, here's what I did with Isaac Green. You guys know where he's at. He's not QAnon anymore. He says QAnon's fake, and he says that the CTBS people, one of which was Tracy Beanz, was QAnon the whole time. Go figure, right? This was our main cheerleader. This was the leader. This was our de facto leader. Now, it turns out Isaac Green has a backup channel called Elliot Marx, and that name comes from Belliati Marxist jurisprudence, historical necessity, and radical contingency. He was a plant, man. He was a plant. He voted for Clinton. He protested Trump. Got on the MAGA agenda, and now he's telling us how to look at our lives. Like, do you want that? That's someone we need to lead our group here. Anyway, he's done. All right, he's all over with. He's done, obviously, but I'm blocked, right? So next, Isaac Green, anti-school, Belliati Marxist jurisprudence, Elliot Marx. Don't forget that. Next, 72 seconds. I just covered this in a video. Okay, this is a plant. This is a person who tried to sneak in some Cicada 3301 stuff on this person's next account that I'll show you here in a second. And the purpose of that was they needed to pivot off of the Julian Assange message. Now look, they're going to do this, right? This is what's happening right now. Remember, okay, no one mentioned Israel. Israel wasn't the saving the best for last until March 10th. We'd been talking about QAnon for almost 5.5, 6 months at that point. Okay? So people are asking themselves all the time, why doesn't Q bring up Israel? Why don't they bring up Mossad or all the problems? And it's worrying some people, right? Because what happens if we get to the end of the game here and then Israel doesn't fall? That's my big question. Because if they're going to be the last, then that means that they're either the most powerful or we're all getting screwed over here. So just things to keep in your mind here. April 4th, we got another one. Chuck Schumer gift to Israel, right? 3.5. And April 9th, this was about the serious stuff. So military assets on the ground are locked out of the Gaza Strip. And if you look now, I think the UN wants to go into the Gaza Strip, but we're not allowed to look at it. There's some articles that came out today about it. You can go check on your own. Post it in the comments. I'll favorite it. Israel's strike harmed our ability to prove events. Clown report must be verified. So we went through all that stuff. I took a break during this time. That was the Syria mess. April 30th brings more stuff up. Israel disclosure. So look, that's it. That's all of them. Israel has been mentioned, the word Israel has been mentioned 4 times, basically. 5th if you go back to the list of banks. That's it. That's all it's been mentioned. And there's a reason for this. And I've been trying to point it out to you. I've been trying to do it early. I tried to get on this back in January, February, when it wasn't really fashionable. Okay, but Mossad. Let's talk about Mossad. Mossad shows up one time. Think about all the times we talk about the CIA, the FBI, the DOJ, Rob Rosenstein, Robert Mueller, Rothschilds. Think about all the people we've talked about, and now realize that just now in June, they actually come out and they say the word Mossad. And it's attached to all of this other stuff. Fear, 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 fear. Be wary of groupthink. Watch out for personalities. Don't look for opinions. Okay? People like logic. And that's what I'm trying to do. I tell you whenever something's my opinion. I don't know everything, I can tell you that. Do not be silent. You're the majority. Stay together. It's your primary purpose. Okay, so we're 9 months in. It's the first time Mossad's ever been mentioned. Why aren't people talking about this? If you have a QAnon related Twitter account, Facebook account, or YouTube account, why aren't you talking about this? That's the first time this word has ever been mentioned. It was mentioned 3 days ago. Why aren't you talking about it? I can give you some answers. Here's what I think. We're over here. I told you this guy blocked me. This is after he threatened me with violence. Then he threatened me with court orders. It's pinned on my tweets if you want to go check it out. On behalf of this person who's just blocked me. Now, I never accused Lisa May. Hang on a second. Wait for it. I never accused Lisa May Norton. Okay, her last name is Norton, Norton. That is who she is. This is an interview from her on her YouTube channel. It's on her YouTube channel. Her name is Lisa May Norton. That is her name. So you got to ask yourself, after we know who Aleister Crowley is, the father of modern Satanism, why would Lisa May Norton, who's married to a guy named Norton, call herself Lisa May Crowley, like Aleister Crowley and write for Breitbart News, who's funded by the Israeli Mossad? Why would she do that? You got to ask yourself, why would she do that? Lisa May Norton. Look, why would you do that? If your last name is Norton, why would you take the last name Crowley as your stage name? Okay, I've already shown you Baruch the Scribe, that means something. Okay, Elliot Marx, that came from somewhere. That means something. Now ask yourself, the father of modern Satanism, that all the people in the world base their, religion on, their worldview on, Aleister Crowley. Now think about it. You got people on Twitter now just saying, hey, good job, Crowley. Hey, good job, Crowley. You don't think that ties into something spiritual? I'm telling you, names mean stuff, words mean stuff, sounds have meanings. Now, if someone takes the last name Crowley and their last name is Norton, why would they take the last name Crowley and keep their first 2 names? I can show you all kinds of stuff. I can tell you this. There's more stuff out there about this human being than you would believe. Okay, the track record, I don't know why no one knows. Why doesn't anybody know who this person is? Okay, she wrote for Breitbart for like 5 years. Breitbart is funded by the Mossad. See, look, there's Benjamin Netanyahu, and there's Andrew Breitbart, conservative mastermind, right? And what's the quote? Breitbart boasts its Jewish credentials. Breitbart News was founded by Jews, is largely staffed by Jews, and has an entire section dedicated to reporting on and defending the Jewish state of Israel. That organization's Jewish CEO, Larry Solov, has announced. This guy blocked me too, by the way. I just wanted to toss this in there. But don't forget, Lisa May Crowley wrote for Breitbart. Breitbart runs alternative conservatism. Till next time, this is Bill Smith.